Well, it all comes down to this. 1 point separate us and Portadown with 2 games left in the league season. Who knows who's got the easier run in at this point? There's only one way to find out who's going to be crowned champions. Yes, hello and welcome along to by far the biggest episode of this series so far. We are back today for the final 2 games of the Irish Championship season. We face Ballyclare at home, who are in 3rd place and secured in the playoffs, and Bangor away from home, who are in 5th place and battling for 4th with Dundalk. The equation is very simple. If we match the record of Portadown in the next 2 games, we are promoted to the top tier of Northern Irish football. If we don't, if we fall behind it, then we will be in the playoffs for the 2nd year in a row. So if you're looking forward to finding out which it is, please do put a thumbs up on the video. There is not a lot we're going to focus on pre-match today. You saw the last 2 games on camera. We thought we'd done enough when we beat Portadown, and then we were brought straight back down to earth against Dundalk. James Convey sent off. He's suspended today. Some awful defending as well. So we're going to be reliant on Leon Boyd and a couple of makeshift players who will hopefully find a way to get us over the line. I've deliberately come back straight where we left off so I can reflect on any injuries or whatever we might pick up in the next few days. But let's go and get to kickoff. Let's go and see who Portadown are facing, and let's go and see what our chances are. Back in a minute for kickoff. Well, some good news as we return for match day. Firstly, no injuries being picked up. Secondly, Convey and Graham on the verge of signing new deals. And third, Portadown are at home to Bangor. So I'm kind of hopeful that we can't actually lose from this game, because if Portadown win, then Bangor will be less confident for the game against us. If Bangor win, Portadown obviously drop down in the title race. There is a chance it could be done today, but that would require us to win and Portadown to lose. There are no other permutations which will result in the title race being over today. So it looks like it's going to the final day. You have to presume Portadown are going to win. So let's close down the people that are recommended and let's see what side we can put out. This is the 11 that played last time out. You saw it against Dundalk. Johnston will come straight back in for Convey. But then our decision is, do we keep Crow in the number 10 role, or do we now look at perhaps bringing in someone more creative, maybe a Darius Ruhi? I don't know if it's the game for him, and that's the question. He hasn't started a league match all season. He's got no physical attributes, which if we have to defend, that might be an issue as well. So I'm going to stick with the rest of it. Keelan Reid back in for McDowell. That is our first choice defence. 2 changes made, 1 enforced, and 1 I think improves us. So it's Connor Mitchell in goal. McGill and McLean the fullbacks with Reid and Orkin as centre-half. Levingston and Beck the midfield 2. Crow just in front of them. And then Leon Boyd up front, flanked by Latifa and the returning Johnston. Let's hope that's going to bring some goals for us today. I just want a comfortable win. Against Ballyclare, you either win 6-0 or you lose by the odd goal. So let's go and see which one happens and whether we can wrap it up with a game to go. And here are the teams, including 4 changes for Ballyclare. Lewis Barr, who was on loan with us, I think when we got promoted from the 3rd tier, is in the team. Looking at the bench, you got Ethan Carey. He was our first choice keeper for a good year and a half, 2 seasons. So there are some familiar names popping about now, but no favours today, no friendliness. Just make sure you get the job done. We cannot afford the slip up we had against Dundalk. I need a disciplined performance, I need a strong performance, and I need us to get a win. Well, we're back just under 3 minutes in as McGill's got it from a goal kick at right back. Plays to Latifa and Beck. They're not really pressing us that high, so we've got a bit of time in the middle here. Levingston with the big switch to McLean, who brings it down. He finds Johnston down the line. Back to Beck again. Into the centre circle. Levingston plays a nice ball to Crow. Beck goes backwards though, and we're back on halfway. Out to the right-hand side to McGill. Some really lovely football. McGill back to Orkin. Into Levingston. Really good move. Let's hope it leads to something, because this could be one of the goals of the season. Latifa's put in Boyd. That is stunning. In a pressure game, right at the start, when you don't know what's going to happen, you've just slipped up in midweek, you've allowed Portadown back in a title race, and that is the best team goal we have scored in this save. Absolutely stunning, and what a time for it. 15 gone, 1-0 Distillery, and Portadown will be looking anxiously at us as McGill throws into Levingston. McGill gets it again on the byline, into Boyd. Oh, the voice is going, but Boyd's shooting is not. Hits the woodwork, he almost scores again. and now they can counter Ballyclare, but nothing doing. What a start it's been, a confident display, a really good performance, but we saw in midweek, if it's only one goal, you never know what can happen. So let's make sure we stay in the game as Latifah's picked up a knock. Portadown have scored 2 quick goals. That is crucial because now, although we're still a point clear with this win, we are level on goal difference because Portadown winning by an extra goal. At half-time, I'm really pleased with what we've done. I'm just upset it's only 1-0. Latifah, I'm not going to take him off yet. We'll give him to the hour mark and then we'll make it. Let's just make sure we get this job done. A second goal by any means possible, please. Well, big news at the start of the second half. Bangor have got a goal back. The goal difference is restored to us being 1 up. Latifah is really struggling with his knock, so I am going to take him off now. He'll be replaced by Grego Cox on the right. Darius Ruhi will replace Oren Crow as the number 10. Advanced playmaker. There's a few other legs starting to get a bit tired, but overall it's been a really good performance. And with only 1 game a week at the minute, I don't want to push things. I don't want to take unnecessary risks. We know Levingston's not back to full fitness. He might be the next off as Ruhi puts a cross in which is blocked. Only clear as far as Orkin. Give us that second goal, please. Levingston switches to McGill. Lots of space on this right-hand side. McGill runs into it, goes for the shot himself. I was so sure he was going to try and pass that. It dribbles just wide. It's a good effort, but it's still 1-0. It's still tense. Both games being settled by 1 goal at the minute. And I'm not sure I can cope with that. As Reed goes back to Mitchell. Big clearance downfield. Johnston chases it. We've got a 3-on-3. Got to find the right pass to Boyd. And Ruhi. Brilliant play. Ruhi skies it. He could have laid it back to Boyd there. And I'm not sure that that was the right decision. A really dominant display, but it's still tense. KLM Reed has picked up a knock. Gonna have to change the defence. McDowell on for him. In midfield, Levingston's been struggling. Jack Chambers is on for him. We'll just try and go a little bit more cautious here. So deep line playmaker for Chambers. And then Beck can be maybe a centre midfielder on support. And I think we'll leave it at that. We have got 10 minutes to go. We've got 1 change left. And I'm not going to make it to the last minute. Substitution to time waste if we need it. Beck is struggling. There are 4 minutes added on. It's still 1 goal to the good for us. It's still 1 goal to the good for Portadown. And I don't really know what's going to separate us. What we're going to do is just take off Johnston for Edgar. Gives us a little bit more solidity with 2 fullbacks on the wing. I'm going to drop Grego Cox and Edgar there. I don't feel we do need to time waste, but I'm going to because I want to make sure we get this job done. Slow the pace down. We're going to do nothing in defence, I don't think. Maybe drop off more? No, I don't want to change our game plan there. Let's make sure we get this done first. We've got 4 minutes of stoppage time to go. Come on, Bangor, get us a late goal. I don't think it's happened. It's status quo maintained as we go to the final day. We've won by 1 goal. Portadown have won by 1 goal. And now it is the ultimate test. A big game on the final day of the season. We go away to Bangor. Who have Portadown got and who's going to win the title? Let's go and find out. Is anyone nervous as we return for the final game of the season? Because I doubt you're as nervous as me. It is Bangor versus Distillery. It is Dundela versus Portadown. 2 very evenly matched sides against 2 very evenly matched sides. This is going to be so tense. Let's very quickly get the obvious permutations out the way. If we win, we're champions. Nice and easy. If we draw or lose and Portadown win, we are not champions. If we lose by more than 1 goal and Portadown draw, we are not champions. If we lose by 1 goal and Portadown draw, it will come down to goals scored, which I believe we are on top of, but we probably need to check that just to make sure it's still the case. No, we're not. So Portadown will win the league if we lose by a goal and they draw. Basically, we have to match the result. If they lose and we lose, fine. If they draw, we draw, fine. But I don't want to leave it to that. Let's just go and get the win. Let's get the job done. We've just won Manager of the Month. We did a brilliant job to get that. We've also managed to get Player of the Month for Leon Boyd, who's just an absolute phenomenon. But this is the biggest game of the career. Can we get promoted without the need of the playoffs? I don't think I can go through the agony of that again. You saw how we froze on that occasion last year. 245 fans at Bangor. KLM Reed has been injured. He is not fit today. McDowell comes in. Convey back on the bench. He will replace Oren Crow. Let's go strong. Let's get this job done. That is our 11. Or do I play Crow in midfield? because he's been so good in recent weeks. I want to play him there, I think. Crow in, or do we go for Levingston's height? I'm sticking with Levingston. Tried and trusted. Connor Mitchell going to have a big role to play in goal. He's going to need to make a big save at some point. But his two changes again. Convey in for Crow and McDowell in for the injured Reed. Let's go and get into it. The final day of the season. All of the effort, all of the blood, sweat and tears. And it's come down to this. The final game. Us or Portadown. Who is going to get promoted? Only one way to go and find out. This is going to be a nervy one. So as we get into this, let me know in the comments if you think we're going to do it. No skipping ahead and cheating. It is a big final day. Lee Feeney's side, they've caused trouble against us at times this year. They've got some good players, but it's more about the collective for them. For us, you know what we've got. Can Leon Boyd get the goals? Can we provide him with the service? And can we make this a comfortable day? I highly doubt it will be comfortable in any way, shape or form. Let's go and get into the first half and see if we can hit them on the counter. As early doors, goals are flying in everywhere and Portadown are one down. Now this would be the perfect outcome because if Portadown lose, it don't matter what we do. They can only catch us if they start picking up points. As Beck goes back to the keeper, do not go behind just as we get that news. Would be a lovely time to give them that sinking feeling, to get an opener here. As Johnston comes down the left, had a quiet return after suspension, goes back to McLean. Looking for the runners, Levingston's one, and he goes right to McGill. Latifa's down the line, but he's offside. Do not pass it to him. Chips into Johnston instead, and his header's over the bar. Stays 0-0, but we are buoyed by the news elsewhere. Now Dundela, you almost cost us the title. Now make sure you win it back for us, as Convey finds McLean. Good cross from the left. Latifa heads just wide. Those chances are being created, but they're not going in. The positive, though, this is a really good performance so far. Hawkins picks up a knock though, and with the injury elsewhere, we're not going to be able to take him off. Dundela are 2 up. Dundela have just scored again as McLean puts a cross in. Surely it's been done for us here. They've pushed us all the way, but Portadown are bottling it, and in the most epic fashion on the final day, as Hawkins has it at the back. Just get through this game, son. Boyd loses out in the air. O'Connor brings it down. Convey wins it back. Points approve after letting us down against Dundela. Johnston on the left wing, charges forward. Forced back to Beck. Lovely ball to McLean. Was he onside? Crosses for Boyd. It's a brilliant block for a corner. The flag didn't go up, so it would have counted. And now we've got a chance from the set piece. Johnston will take it. Outswinging delivery. Towards the back post. Who's up there? McLean is, but he can't win it. It's cleared as far as Convey. He charges down the right. Just give us that goal, the nerve settler. To the byline. It's brilliant play. But he's intercepted. Oh, what a ball! Oh, what a gift! I was about to say Convey gives the ball away and the counter can start. But then the fullback, who did so well to win it off Convey, blind pass back to his keeper, and Leon Boyd was between the two of them. He doesn't turn down gifts like that. He doesn't bottle it on the big stage. We've deserved it, but we're 1-0 up. Portadown are 2-0 down, and on the final day, it's going to be a party as Johnston crosses for McLean, headed over the bar. Who cares? There's 4 points between us, and it's starting to look like a very good day at the office. Let's go and talk to the lads at half-time. Oh, I'm excited now. I feel like we're there, but you know how quickly things can change. Let's tell the lads you're capable of more. Look at the confidence that's building into the second half. Get this job done. Portadown have got one back. The nerves are starting again. Sally, the top scorer for them, is doing the job. There's 25 minutes left here. We've got Hawkins running on an injury, McGill running on a yellow card, and McGrath trying to put a free kick in the top corner. Good save from Connor Mitchell. Corner kick will be taken by O'Connor. I don't really want to make subs at the minute. I don't want to change what's happening, as it's up to the back post. It's headed away again. The pressure's building with a spate of corners. Let's encourage the lads, try and keep them on board. Not a good idea at 1-0 up, because we'll probably get a bad reaction. But O'Connor's got the corner kick anyway. To the back post. Good header, McLean. It's another corner. I feel like we're watching the whole game. Key highlights still on, but it's corner after corner. And Portadown are now 3-1 down. Go on, Dundela. You've done us proud, as McDowell plays out to Johnston. Now the lads can play freely. They know the job's done. They've just got to enjoy themselves. As McLean, on the left-hand side, back to McDowell. Finds Beck. Big ball up towards Boyd. He's in behind the centre-halves. Wrap it up, son. Oh, he hits the post. It would have been significant too. He's currently on 37 goals in 38 games. This would put him at 1 a game, and it would be epic. What a record. But he's missed out by the whip for the post. Let's go and make a couple of changes. Latifa's nervous. He'll be replaced by Grego Cox. We'll bring on Foster at right back for McGill on a yellow. No need to take a risk. Or in fact, could I put him centre half? No, I'm going to move over McLean and McDowell. Which way round are they best? Doesn't really matter. So let's just have a look at the pace. McLean's got great anticipation. He'll play there. Edgar on at left back for the injured man. Levingston replaced by Crow. And we'll leave the last one 5 more minutes. 4 changes made, 14 to go. Portadown should have won us it anyway. But can we make sure we get the win to finish this in style? It would be fitting, I think you'll all agree, if we finish with a 1-0 to the Distillery. After what happened last year and so far this. Portadown have got another one back. Boyd's on a yellow. Let's not take a risk. Jordan Jenkins can get a run out. He hasn't played for ages. Let's get him on the pitch. Stoppage time being played. The title is won. We don't even get to see it on the final day. Come on, we've just wrapped up the title. Let us at least see something. What a performance. What a result. And to be fair, in 2 big games under pressure, these lads have played extraordinarily well. Through the dressing room we go. Leon Boyd the difference, the man we didn't have last year. So let's go and get through to the confirmation. We are champions and we are going into the top tier. Well, there is the confirmation. The pivotal match was a 6-1 win away at Bangor. Not quite as big that time around. But without Ballymena in the league running away with it, we were able to get over the line. Portadown pushed us all the way, but bottled it on the final day. Orkin's injury doesn't matter. We've got a while off now. The budgets are £2,500 a week wage bill. Now, at the moment, we're spending 1.5. That is a big upgrade. So a chance for us to really push forward there. We will try and save a little bit as well because look at the bank balance. It's not great. Everyone is naturally pleased we've got the job done. The supporters are pleased. The board are pleased. So they should be. 108 quid for winning the match. 3.5 grand for winning the league. McLean shines. He's the big one. Can we get him on a contract now we're promoted? There's some clubs sniffing around him, some top tier clubs as well, but they have to pay compensation to get him, and that is the only thing that's saving us at the minute. So Distillery are crowned champions, Portadown will face the playoff with Ballyclare, and let's just go and see very quickly, if they get through it, who will they be facing from the top tier? Newry are in the playoff, the side that went up via the playoffs beating us last year, so it could be a reunion for Newry and Portadown. Will Portadown come out on top this time? We've got to look forward to the likes of Larne, Linfield and everyone else. So that means that the next episode's going to be a big one. The season review, of course, but most importantly, we'll be preparing our summer transfer plans for life in the top tier in Northern Ireland. We'll also go and take a look at the coefficients, see how the Northern Irish clubs have been doing in Europe and see what we've got to contend with next season. Because we have got to stay up. It's all good getting up there, but if we come straight back down, it's going to have been a pointless exercise. So if you're looking forward to all of that, you did enjoy the season, a title race that was truly epic. It wasn't just the fact that it went to the final day. That can happen in any league season, as we finish off with the league table showing. It's the fact that virtually every episode we've come back for since, November? We've been within 3 points of each other. There's 3 episodes this season we've come back, including the last one, where we were level on points. It's a brilliant, brilliant story. It's been an epic race all the way. And although neither of us had a brilliant record, we didn't match Ballymena last year. We are thoroughly deserving of being champions. An epic display, an excellent season. If you enjoyed it, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Come and join me to let me know what you think of our summer transfer plans next time out. It's going to be a big season. Hopefully Northern Ireland are doing well in Europe. Because when we get to the top tier, we've got to start building and we've got to start thinking about building the nation rather than just building this club. So if you're looking forward to all that and you want to stay up to date, subscribe and turn that notification bell on. We'll be back here in a couple of days' time with our end of season review. But before that, a big one from the head coach. We'll be back tomorrow at 3:30 with that. You can find all the key playlists and a Twitch channel where we're currently live every day up in the eye above. But thank you for watching as always, for joining me for this epic season and epic title race. We've got the job done. We're into the top tier. I'll see you next time to find out what our plans are for it.